All verse Rising Soul Family. Peace to the God stars and goddesses. So I seen a video that Kaiser Natura was talking about when he said like the foods that you eat can affect the way that you think, because he spoke on how John D Rockefeller had explained why he needs a society full of consumers and not a society full of thinkers, because the thinkers were the spiritual beings, the people that ate from the earth, the people that did not eat a lot of processed food that was lab created food that's being sold and produced at these school systems in elementary, middle school, high school, college, universities, because school systems, they produce a lot of processed foods that's not even food from the earth at all. And it shows why a lot of the people that had grew up going to schools eating a lot of processed foods at breakfast and lunch, the way their brains think is just like very, very closed-minded. It's like very bland, you know. And the people that actually ate from the earth, the people that ate food from the earth and they drink beverages that's from the earth, like they tend to think very clear. And these people that do not, and I repeat, these people that eat healthy, they drink healthy, they are considered crazy. They're labeled crazy people by the consumers, who are known as the people who don't question anything, who eat a lot of processed foods, and they can't even think for themselves. Because you know, a lot of people that eat processed foods, that's lab created food that's being sold at elementary schools, middle school, high school, college, universities. These people, those type of people, like they think very irrational. They don't have a rational way of thinking. Because I'm gonna tell you this: if you have a human eat salad for a week, I guarantee you their brain cells is going to increase like major numbers. But if you have another human that did not eat salads for a whole week, and they were to, like, let's say they drunk Hennessy for a whole week. They drunk Hennessy and they eat Burger King Whoppers in any country for a whole week, I guarantee you their brain cells are going to decrease. John D Rockefeller, that slave owner, narcissist, he created drugs and alcohol and processed foods to have a lot of the human citizens become consumers, to not be free thinkers. I'm going to tell you this, soul family. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat all this processed food, because if I did, I would fit in with the rest of these slave-minded people and societies on this earth. Like, when I do eat foods and I do drink things, I make sure I drink things and eat things that comes from the earth, that puts life in my body, so that way I can think very clear and I can see through a lot of evil things that's in this existence. Because I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of the people that John D Rockefeller was very afraid of, John D Rockefeller, the slave owner, he was afraid of these spiritual people that ate from the earth and actually drank from the earth. Because the people that ate healthy and drink healthy, those people were in the so-called world, which is the matrix slave owner society. The spiritual people was in the matrix society world, but they were not of the matrix society world, like myself. Like I eat healthy, I drink healthy, I work out a lot, you know. So I'm in the matrix world, but I'm not of the matrix world. There's a lot of people who look like me, but you know, they are basically what John D Rockefeller would like as consumers, because I'm one of the people who are thinkers, right? So like, for all of you people out there that are like free thinkers, you eat healthy, you drink healthy, you know, regardless of what your ethnicity is, whether you're like European, African, Caribbean, Asian, Middle Eastern, Native Taino Indians, the so-called Polynesian people, no matter what you look like, if you're one of those spiritual people, you eat healthy, you drink healthy, because you know that's going to help your brain cells like be on a spiritual level, just like your ancient ancestors that John D Rockefeller, the slave owner, had hated for millennia. So like, you know, shout out to Kaiser Natura, or Kaiser Natura, however you say his name. His name spelled Kaiser Natura. Go check him out on TikTok. Like, I'm actually glad there's actual spiritual people in existence, because I used to think that there was no spiritual beings. I thought I was the only spiritual person in my age group in my 20s that's like spiritual beings, until I got on social media and found other spiritual people that don't even live in the same area as me. And it's refreshing to know that there's actual spiritual people who actually eat healthy and they actually drink healthy, so that way they don't be fucking fooled by the fucking evil games that these fucking slave owners do on planet Earth, oppressing Mother Nature, oppressing Father Nature, oppressing these low-class citizens. So, like, the truth about you are what you eat is real. I guarantee you right now. I tell you this, soul family. You know, the last time I ate fast food was like many months ago. When I stopped eating fast food, my whole brain started like thinking super clear, man. Like the way I think, I was feeling like Osiris and Oshun, Ogun, all the Orishas. I felt like Nefertiti. I felt like all these ancient Egyptian gods out here in African countries way back in ancient millennia ago. I felt like that when my whole brain cells just increased. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I used to eat fast food, I was still out in nature. I was still work out and all this stuff, because, like, you know, that's what spiritual beings do. And, like, you know, I was on an omnivore nutrition, man. Like me, I know I'm no longer an omnivore. So ever since, like, I have more salads in my nutrition, and corn, and refried beans, and yellow rice, Spanish rice, if what have you. Anything that's from the earth, I eat that. And man, let me tell you, my brain cells is like skyrocket through the roof. You know, so it's like the stuff about you are what you eat and you are what you drink is very real. Like, because you are what you consume. You know, a lot of people that used to be alcoholics and etc. A lot of people that used to smoke, that like when they quit, their whole brain cells like increase. It increased on insane spiritual levels before, you know, way before they were like alcoholics and smokers and all that. So, like, you are what you consume. If anyone tells you that, oh, you can consume anything in this world, man, like, we're all gonna die anyway, like, those people are just gaslighters to get the human civilization to be extinct. Because John D Rockefeller and John D Rockefeller's offsprings, they try so hard to get a lot of human civilization to be consumers, consume a lot of processed foods, processed alcohol, whether it's Hennessy, Patron, Hypnotic, etc. stuff, man. Like, you don't know this stuff kills you. Why you think you hear all the time? Why you think you've seen those commercials in the past saying don't do drugs, kids? They literally had a commercial back in the day when they said don't do drugs. They telling kids this stuff. They even tell you that the stuff is bad for you, but yet they still produce it. Even the slave owner government systems be telling you this on the commercials back in the day. I took heed to this shit. You know, my whole entire life, you know, I did so much to like stay in shape, maintain being in shape, and I'm 28 years of age. I'm more in shape than a lot of people who are younger than me, and that's a damn shame. But we're not going to get too deep into that. But I say this, man, be the rebel against John D Rockefeller and John D Rockefeller's offspring slave owners who keep having human civilization, you know, eat a lot of processed food, so a lot of humans can't really think clearly on solutions to put an end to this slave owner matrix system that's been oppressing the whole multiverse for so many years. That's all I gotta say.
What you're consuming, because what you eat is what affects how you think. Be mindful. One love. The moment you went to public school, you were already being manipulated by the food that is lab created, genetically modified, not even real. But this food was studied to make sure that you stay addicted, spending, to make sure that you stay a consumer. Remember, John D Rockefeller helped fund the educational system. And his quote was, "I want a nation of workers, not thinkers," because he knew the thinkers would be at the top of the pyramid who can produce, who can invest, and the ones at the bottom of the pyramid stayed consuming, stayed addicted and spending. So be mindful of what you're consuming, because what you eat is what affects how you think. Be mindful. One love. The moment you went to public school, you were already being manipulated by the food.